Welcome back, everybody. Let's get to the front pages of our daily newspapers, and we'll start off with the Business Day. That's our first one we've got, and the headline they've got there: banks get tough on fresh loans for SAA. That's what they're leading with. It basically says airline needs 16.7 billion rand in a mix of direct transfers from the fiscus, new loans or debt rollover. Wow. SAA, whose CEO Vuyani Jahana quit last week, faces a very difficult outlook with a call from banks to provide a clear payment date for an overdue 3.5 billion rand bridging loan before they consider new borrowing or roll over existing debt. Okay, that's the one story on the front page. Jacob Zuma apologized for delaying Gupta's testimony. Former President Jacob Zuma was forced to leave his ministers waiting at a cabinet meeting to attend to the Guptas and was apologetic for having kept the family waiting, the State Capture Commission heard on Monday. They also go on to say the commission also heard that the Guptas bragged about Zuma's loyalty and that he would always defend them. It was told that the Gupta brothers and the president had laughed heartily about the Waterkloof landing scandal. And this is all stuff coming out of Rajesh Sundaram. We're going to be talking more to that in a short while with our guest Tandy Smith, Head of Policy Program, Media Monitoring Africa. But that, of course, is on the front page of the Business Day. Then also, Imperial flags strained packaged goods unit. Imperial Logistics, one of SA's biggest transport service companies, said on Monday that it intended to write down the value of its consumer packaged goods unit in South Africa by as much as 1.4 billion rand as the poor state of the economy takes its toll on the unprofitable business. And those are just a glimpse of some of the stories on the front page.
Well, the Citizen also leading with the State Capture Commission of Inquiry story. ANN7 was Zuma TV, it says. So involved was the former president in the television station launch that he and the Gupta brothers dictated editorial content, logos, and this according to Rajesh Sundaram there yesterday. Also turbulent times at South African Airways, as you've also outlined there, and Timor killing will now go to trial. Those are the stories that the Citizen is leading with this morning.
Moving on to the Star now. Pupil dies in horror school stabbing. That, of course, is that story we're asking you about. The 20-year-old grade 11 learner spent a cold and lonely night behind bars last night after the murder of his schoolmate and attempted murder of two others whom he allegedly stabbed. It's believed that the learner was behind the cold-blooded killing of Daniel Bakwela, 18 years old, who was attacked outside his Forest High School in Turfentine yesterday in what is thought to have been ongoing gang feuds in the area. The other two learners, 18 and 15, were rushed to hospital. And that picture is Antoinette Mabiala, the mother of the grade 8 pupil who was slain at the Forest High School yesterday. Then, of course, we've also got PwC axes top staffer after racial abuse rant. Audit firm PwC moved to swiftly fire its executive who racially abused a black family at Cape Town International Airport. Alistair Hoffert, who was cognitive and intelligence automation lead and associate director at PwC, parted ways with a multinational yesterday following that disciplinary inquiry. You can read all the details about that. And then, of course, they also move on to the inquiry where Gupta editor lifts lid on Zuma's role at ANN7.
Sowetan on their front page, leading with that story about the pupil who was killed, another pupil killed in gang violence. Why? Grade 8 learners stabbed to death and two others wounded in a revenge attack. And we are tired of issuing death certificates instead of matric certificates, quoting the Gauteng Education Department, MEC Panyaza Lesufi. And then just a heartbreaking picture of Antoinette Mubiala, who's the mother of the killed pupil, breaking down at the scene there. They also have the story about Zuma starred in ANN7 launch. Casta can run her race again, and war for Chiefs' ground rages on. And those are some of the stories that the Sowetan carries today.
All right. Okay, let's get you a weather update now as we're standing by. Asri, a good morning to you again.